What is crack-a-lacking with you beautiful boys and girls today? Hope you're all having a wonderful day. Whatever day it is, whatever time of day it is. We've got India versus Ottoman. And we've got Mac playing as the Indians going up against Cyber Psycho, a.k.a. Rookie. Definitely a strong Ottoman main around the 2k elo point. Was definitely the guy who kind of made the early free town center Ottoman FF a thing back in the day. And he still plays Ottoman. And he's still very, very strong. Hangs around the 2k elo. Going up against Mac, who I'm pretty sure is someone's Smurf account from the top ladder. But you just never know. There's so many Smurf accounts and so many name changes. It's hard to keep track of them all. But regardless, a very high elo player. And going to be playing India here. So going to be interesting to see how he plays at this matchup. Honestly, I think this is an interesting matchup. I've played it from the Ottoman side many a time. And I honestly think it's... I'm not going to say it's India favored by any stretch, but I do think it can be tough for Otto if they don't play right, if that makes sense. Ottoman have to play a certain way. They have to make certain units because India have, like, Mahouts, Howders, Yurumi. They're all very good units, very effective units against Otto. So Otto have to make sure that they play the right way and make sure they're countering those units very effectively. Mac going for this, is this a 10-10? A 10-10 with India? Now I really have seen it all. Now I have seen every 10-10 under the sun. For anyone who started playing DE, back in the day prior to DE, like in the 2007 TAD version, India had a 10-10 rush, which was absolutely broken as hell. And you would do a 10-10 into a forward aggro fort, and you would basically just do a full-on sepoy rush, and you would flood units in his base at like 4 minutes 30. It was absolutely incredible. But that is since long gone, that build. However, we are seeing a 10-10 right here, right now, which is super interesting. It's gonna deny him being able to build any villagers. He's basically put all of them onto wood. He needs to rush down that house, and then he can rush down producing some villagers again. His first shipment's only just coming in now. Distributivism is coming in. But by the time it gets here, he's almost going to be halfway aging up, which is pretty crazy, actually. This is a very random build order right now. I have no idea what he's doing, so it's going to be interesting to see. He's going up with the Kani Martyr. So that's going to be giving him a nice kind of random assortment of resources. 200 food, 200 wood, and 100 coin. And also, the Kani Martyr will also buff his villagers. Let's go have a look at Cyber Psycho, who's basically aging up at the same time, and also known for being one of the fastest aging up, if not the fastest aging up civ in the game. So to age up at the same speed as Otto is pretty impressive. However, of course, you can see here, Ottoman have currently 13 villagers. They'll be aging up with 400 wood. And this deck, Fast Fortress CA Raid. So we have the legendary... a Kansas card here from Cyber Psycho. He was the guy that made this. He put that card on the map. You don't see it very often anymore, which is a bit of a shame. But basically what he does is he likes to go for very early free town centers into cav archers, and he likes to send this card to go raiding with them. So it'd be really fun to see if we get to see that type of build again. There's the age up, 700 coin, 700 wood. The standard Fast Fortress. He has gone a bit greedy with the 400 wood, so that might go towards that town, second and third town center. Matt going to go forward here, and he's just going to try and scout what's going on. See what this shipment is that he's going to be sending in. Mac he's sending 700 coins, so maybe a fortress here. Maybe a fast fortress from him, so that's interesting. India's such a... I'm not going to say undiscovered civ. India have interesting meta at the moment. It's not really clear-cut. They have so many different build orders, and depending on which player is playing them, there's not like a set build order. Like with Otto, this is a very set build order that you'll see multiple Ottoman players use. Like USA currently, or Brits, you know, the 700 wood, 600 wood, 4 villagers. Very standard stuff, very set in stone meta. But India are one of those civs that experimentation is key. You can see here he's gone for a Age 2 trading post. And he's just going for a 10-10 fast fortress. So, you know, I don't think I've ever seen a 10-10 into a 700 coin fast fortress with a Carney Martyr. There definitely is a sort of fortress. There's a fortress age meta, fast fortress meta with India, kind of. But the fortress build order is very different depending on which India player you watch, which is really cool to see because there's loads of different fortress builds out there. And look at this, you know, a 5-minute 40 fortress build is pretty darn good. That is pretty darn good. He's got a shipment in queue. Could go for something eco-heavy like foreign logging or 700 wood, but might just decide to save the shipment ready for Age 3, which is, I think, pretty good as well. Taj Mahal is going to be the one that he ages up with. That's going to give him 800 coin when he ages up. It's pretty nice. Cyber Psycho. Starting to make some Giannis. We do have a barracks that's gone down here. So very basic stuff. He's got 500 wood ready to go. You know what that means. And look at this. He's got plenty of houses down. He's put a barracks down as well. So he's got plenty of infrastructure to start producing Janissaries. Probably surprised we didn't see the stable for the Cav Archer, but he's playing it a lot more standard. But you can see here, we do see the 500 wood. So he will likely go straight for a second town center. There comes the Age 3 and the Age of the Abbas. I think that's smart over the Delhi. Either's fine, I think, but you've got to be prepared for the Delhi age up. So you've got to be prepared usually for the Mahu age up from India, but that's not coming now. So the Abbas's guns is going to be absolutely fine. There goes the second town center. He's trying to put that up. Okay, 18 vils. Down goes that trade post. So that trade post was not there for very long. Interesting. A Berber native going up here for Mac. Also a second town center. Super greedy. Both of these guys going for greedy second town centers here. Mac is in Age 3 now. What was his first shipment? Oh, he sent 700 wood. Okay. That was obviously a late 700 wood there then. Did decide to send it though. 500 of which is going to be used to build a second town center. Probably just a couple on houses as well. There you go. Lots of villagers on wood now, though. Okay, we do have a shipment coming in. It's going to be 2 howders. Already, look at this. 8 minutes. This is why the Ottoman FF is so scary. It's 8 minutes. He's in his base with a load of Janissaries, 4 Abbas, and 2 Falconets. Taj Mahal does have the ability, this special ability here, which is going to stop any fighting. And he'll probably... There it goes, the ceasefire. There goes the ceasefire. And look at this, for 20 seconds, Ottomans are not going to be able to do anything. He can't attack the buildings. He can't attack villagers. He can't attack military. He cannot do anything. And that's going to allow Mac to get these howders out of the town center and start doing some damage. There's the 20-second timer up. The Wonder will likely go down here, but he at least got 1 ceasefire in there. And howders are going to be able to kite the Janissaries at least. Oh, look at that dodge. Double Falconet dodge right there. And they really don't take that much damage from a Falconet. So these 2 howders are going to be able to tank. Oh my god, he's actually chasing away this mass with just 2 howder. They have 16 range. It looks like the Abbas guns went down, probably to TC fire. Janissaries obviously only have 2 range compared to these 16 range. They have 72 attack. They literally 3-hit Janissaries. Oh, and there's another 2 Falconet dodges. That's the power of having a cavalry unit against artillery. They can very easily, not easily, but they can dodge. If you know how to micro, they can dodge Falconet shots effectively. We do have consulate now as well. The Ottoman consulate has gone up. He's aligned with the Ottomans, so he should be able to get some units from them shortly. In comes Urumi. Now, that's a really nice shipment. This is what I'm talking about. Howder, Yurumi, all very deadly units against Ottoman. And you can see here, he's just going for standard Jan Falk FF push. And that has been mitigated now. That has been stopped in its tracks. Literally just from 2 Howder and a ceasefire big button from the Wander. Ottoman's still up in score. And look at this. Wow. 2 town centers right next to each other. Always very awkward. And in actual fact, when you get this sort of thing happen, it's really effective to just put your villagers inside your town center. So any villager that gets produced will just die instantly. And look at this. Yurumi charging forward to the Janissaries. The Janissaries are forced to fight back there. The Falconets do some good damage versus the Yurumi, but they will go down to the Howder. So, cleans up the Yurumi, but loses both his Falconets. So, kind of an even Stevens trade there. Yurumi is obviously worth more, but killing the 2 Falcons is super important. Mac now massing a load of Berbers as well as 2 town center. Mari. Okay, yeah, this is very effective use with your heroes as well. Always want to constantly be healing these very high HP units. It's so effective to be... And you know, why wouldn't you do that? These things cost so much resources. Look at that. 600 resources. You definitely want to keep them healed up to max HP. Now going for 1k coin. Okay, interesting. He's put down a stable. And he's making more Howder. He's making more Howder. And do you know what I always say? This unit is so good versus Otto. The only unit Otto has versus this to counter it, realistically, is Abyss Guns. You can argue Azaps. Azaps could do well, but these guys can kind of fight Azaps and very effectively. They have 72 range attack. So Azaps and Abyss Guns are the best units here. And right now, all I see is veteran Jans. Finally, looks like he's got an artillery foundry down and starting to make some Abyss Guns, which is definitely the effective unit here. A town center trying to go up. But Ruki gonna have words about that. He's sending in a fort now. Wonder where that fort's going to go down. It's going to go up right in front of his town center. Very, very smart play. And whilst that's going on, he's pushing in his base and he's distracting Mac. So Mac probably won't see that in time. And even if he does, he probably won't be able to do anything against it. He can send in his sentries from that town center, which do have some siege, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Again, another town center trying to go up here. But surely Ruki will siege that down. Or not. Okay, India does see that fort going up. And he's diving in for it. How does, like Mahu's, like any elephant, have very good siege attack. 60 siege there. And he's going to try and do his best. But even with that, does a lot of damage. So much damage. And you can see there the TC fire killing the villagers. Now he's going to feel like he's very safe to be able to take down this town center. Does have 8 villagers in it. Matt going to desperately try and run them away. Oh, beautiful micro with the fort. He's making sure he microed the fort to the furthest away villagers. Are we going to get another fort? Yes, we are. Surely the last one goes down with a measly 5 HP. Is she going to run away? She is the luckiest villager in Age of Empires 3 history. But most of them did go down. And now there's a fort right in front of his face. That was really big brain micro, really big brain play there by Cyber Soko. And he's 4k score up. Nice little catch here, though. Abyss Gun's very expensive. Starting to get a decent mass of powder now. Sending in siege elephants as well. Going to give him some nice siege. He's just going to go for the counter play here. He's saying, you take down one of my town centers. That's okay. I'll take down one of your town centers. These Howder, they have 20% range resist as well, so they're going to tank so many TC shots. 60 siege attack like we saw earlier. That TC will go down in no time. Basically taking 60 damage from nine villagers. It's going to take ages to kill. Mac will actually lose one, though. If he's not being careful, yeah, he'll actually lose a Howder there to Town Center Fire, which is not very good micro. Might lose one here as well to Abbas Guns. Delhi coming in for a flank, but deciding it's too late. Now going to try and kite with some Howders. Again, Abbas Guns very effective against them, though. But the Howders are very fast in comparison, so they can get in and out very, very quickly. Sending in intervention now. 56 villagers for India. Cybersoaker on 53. So even though he's been on free town centers a lot longer, thanks to the Berbers as well, Mac's actually doing really good with his villager count. Gonna try and finish off this town center. He does. Cybersoaker giving him an opportunity there. He does have 9 Abbas Guns, so he should be okay to push in. Look at this massive Howder now. Look at this massive Howder. And intervention comes in and gives him 4 Delhi. I wonder if that's what he meant to do. I guess so. Wanted the 4 Delhi. Delhi doing some raiding up here. Nice stuff by Mac, being super annoying. Delhi very good at raiding. They have that 1.2 rate of fire. Cyber Psycho sending in advanced frontier defenses now. Is Delhi going to go down? But they did pick off a few villagers, which is really, really nice. This fort is going to start getting blasted by the siege elephants. Of course, they have 28 range, which is 2 range more than a fort, so they can stay just out of range. Delhi going to try and do some super annoying raids around the side here as well. Mac's score has jumped out. What has Mac done here to jump up in score? He's going up to Tower of Victory Age 4 as well behind all of this. 64 villagers. And with this raiding, look at this raiding. Oh, Cyber Psycho Rookie hasn't seen it yet, but Mac has. That's the power of intervention with Otto. You don't see the intervention card used with the Ottoman consulate very often. Very often you see the Brit consulate, which gives you the musketeers. But the 4 Delhi proving to be way more effective than some British lame coats. And Rookie having to move. He's moving all of his military back. This is buying Max so much time. This is perfect micro by him. He's buying himself lots of time to age up. He's going to just run around the map, which gives him all the time in the world, which is exactly what he wants. He wants 0 counterplay, because what should happen is Mac wants to be in this base right here, right now, destroying all of this stuff. But instead, he's running around his base trying to catch this Delhi. Now villagers are moving. Look how many villagers there are moving away from just the threat of the raid here. The agent comes in with the Tower of Victory, which is going to give him lots of wood. Look at that, 1,200 wood. A 3rd town center going down. More Howder in queue now. He's got the what's that called? I can't remember what that big button is called, but it's does it say here? Inspiration, that's the one. Not intervention. Inspiration, which is going to buff these guys again. The wood will also allow him to get guard status for these Howder as well. Okay, sending in the Urumi Regiment. I love this card. I absolutely love this card. It's so good, especially against Ottoman and against this mass. The Urumi Regiment is beautiful. There comes Honored Howder. Look at these boys. Look at that behind, baby. That is, even Revnak's mum would be jealous of those behinds. Oh, baby. I like 'em big. I like 'em chunky. I like 'em round. With something. All right, enough of the singing. We've got a good old-fashioned fun. How the Urumi are diving forward. The Regiment Urumi, they are buffed. Thanks to the Mansabdar version. And look at this, the Honored Howder coming in 99 ranged attack. The inspiration has been sent. The Urumi doing 25 hand attack with 1 area of effect. The Honored Howder now doing 90 range attack. And look at the Abbas Janissaries. They have just been melted. Baby, I like them big. I like them chunky. I like them round. With something. And that's the power of those big, fat, bootylicious boys. 90 ranged attack with 1,000 HP. These poor veteran Janissaries are getting free hit. They are getting free hit by Honored Howder. Oh my god. And the Abbas gun are getting free hit as well. Jesus Christ. Even with the 20% range resistance, I think they're still getting free hit. Yeah, they're the Abbas are getting free hit. The Janissaries are getting free hit. And the swarm of melee units there, the Delhi, the India heroes with 1,000 HP each, and the Yarumi, they just swarm the infantry, so the Abbas guns can't hit the Howder, and then the Janissaries are forced into melee versus all of these units. And this is why I said I don't like Jan Abbas composition versus India. They just have too many effective units against it, and I think the Cav Archer would have been much more effective this game. And, baby, the power of pure Howder. This is honestly, going pure Howder versus Otto is a very smart move. I've seen it too many times before, and these Howders are just so good versus it. They counter Spahi, Mamelukes, Falconets, Janissaries. The only thing realistically they're losing to is Abbas guns here. But, baby, Revnak's mum would be jealous of that. Oh, baby. That horse is also trying to get a little sniff in there, and I don't blame him. I don't blame him. I would be trying to get a sniff from there as well. Oh, yeah, baby. All resources gathered. Military. Oh, my God. Let's look at the KD ratio here. So, Mac made 47 military, and he killed 105, and he lost 39. That's like a 2.5 KD ratio. His units were obviously way more expensive, so that is to be expected, but still, a 2.5 KD ratio is pretty darn impressive. Rookie just didn't make the right composition, I feel like. Ended on 64 vils, trying to get up to industrial himself. But yeah, it just wasn't enough here. Needed something a bit more. But yeah, GG's, well played. Good game. Fun one, and showing you the power of the India FF with the Honored Howder. Just pure Howder build with shipments of OP shipments, which India do have lots of OP shipments. Hope you guys enjoyed that one, and I'll catch you in the next game. Peace.